Okay. Hello. I am on a roll of going through all these books that I've listened to. This is one I definitely would like to listen to again. Uh, Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. She is she created Grey's Anatomy and How to Get Away with Murder, and there's probably others. I'm going to go ahead and do this video. I may update this after I listen to it because it's been a few years since I've listened to this book, and very, very powerful. Uh, Chandra used to just basically live her own life, and she would say no to everything until her sister basically challenged her and said, why basically was like, why are you always saying no? Why don't you ever say yes? You never say yes. And it got her realizing, I don't say yes. And it put her outside of her comfort zone. And she got out to it took her outside of her comfort zone to open herself up to new experiences that helped us with this book and realizing that there is life outside of just her being in her little I'm calling it a cave because that's what I do for myself is I just kind of stay in my house and just, I like being where I'm at. Um this book helped me realize, especially with teaching people about manifesting a mate. One of the questions I ask, especially at the beginning, is, are you sure you want to be in a relationship? And I ask that because of Chandra. She talks about finding that perfect person. And she's like, this man was perfect in every way. He would have been, there's absolutely nothing wrong with him. And he proposed to her, and she is just like, she's not the marrying kind. She did not want to be married to him. And she didn't want to take that away from him. That being said, it made me realize you got to ask yourself, do you really want to be in a relationship? And I can say that I like I said I listened to this book probably 2 or 3 years ago. It's been a while. Um and I realized for myself, I would ask myself this, especially last year. I would ask myself, do I really want to be in a relationship? And I went back and forth. No, I would, there were times I'm like, yes, I do. And then I would just drop off and I would go weeks where I'm like, no, I don't want to be in a relationship. I love my alone time. I love being by myself. I love this life that I'm, like being in my cave. I like being able to watch whatever I want and go to bed when I want. I like to be able to talk to my friends whenever and not have to worry, oh, I've got, somebody else I get to make plans for. I can just up and leave and go do something. And so that helped me realize for myself also that I wasn't ready to be in a relationship. And I had to get myself, if I do want to ever be in a relationship, I'll have to prepare myself. But this book, oh my gosh. And this is where I'll have to come back and either redo this video or come back and update it. She goes to it was a women's celebration. It was like 100, it was 100 women, and they were all being celebrated for something. Um, I think it was all everybody got a different award or something. I can't quite remember. Like I said, it's been a few years, so bear with me. But I want to get this out there because I think this is such a good book. Uh, but she said that these women, every time their name was called, they would do one of three things. And I can only remember two. They were like they would go kind of like hide their mouth when they were like, oh, you can't see me being happy, or they'd go like like no, 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 I don't deserve it. And there was another one. I wish I could remember it. I'm gonna have to listen to the book again. I probably tagged where it's at, but like I said, I want to get these videos out so it can get to the right people so that they'll start listening also. But just shows that when we as women tend to be acknowledged, even these successful women, and they were successful women. So even with these successful women, they still try and push away anybody cheering them on and saying, you did a great job and you are worthy of this. And to instead of pushing away when somebody says something, to open yourself up to receiving and say thank you. This book did that for me, where I started realizing when somebody said, "Oh, you're doing a great job," I'm like, a lot of time, really, really? And now I go, "Oh, thank you." I started saying, "Thank you." Um, I had somebody tell me the other day, she goes, "I see you as a powerhouse." And I'm like, "What? Really?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for letting me know because they are seeing something in you that you may not see in yourself." And by them acknowledging that and showing you, they're opening yourself up to that. Oh, just please, please, please. If you were up for it, listen to this book or read this book. A year of it's not even it's just year of yes. Year of yes. I just looked for it under a year of yes. It's not there. Year of yes. I highly, highly, highly recommend this one too. Those are probably my top two, which just talked about was Viola Davis's Finding Me, and then A Year of Yes. Of course, I've listened to all these other books twice, and not these are two books I've not listened to a second time, and yet they impacted me just listening to it one time. So can you imagine the impact I'm going to get when I listen to them a second time? Oh, oh, oh. Yes. So let me know what you think if you've read this book, uh, or listened to it, either way. Uh, and let me know if there's any other books like this one that you recommend. So not only I can see it, but other people can see it, and we can uh, add to our queue of books. As if I don't have enough, I probably have 30 books in my audio library right now. So you guys have an amazing day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.